Transportation Secretary and former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg says your tax dollars are making the streets of Indianapolis safer.
Those comments came during a visit to the Circle City. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist caught up with the secretary during his visit. Garrett.
And Secretary Buttigieg says all of that is due to the infrastructure law Congress passed last year. He's promoting projects funded by the law that already are underway and those that are still in development. First came a visit to the Sheet Metal Workers Apprenticeship Facility on 45th Street. Local labor leaders say they have a record number of apprenticeships there. They credit last year's bipartisan infrastructure law. Buttigieg and Congressman Andre Carson say the feds already have funded $4.6 billion worth of infrastructure projects in Indiana.
What we are doing right now, what we're stimulating the private sector to do, and what we are funding in the public sector will test the productive capacity of this country, from the raw materials themselves to, most of all, the skills and the readiness of the workforce that are going to shape those materials.
The workers he refers to might soon get to work on a major project very close to home. Earlier this year, the city got a $2 million grant to study whether to cap a section of the inner I-65 I-70 loop. This would create a recessed highway that could host new development on top of the trafficway. City leaders want to reconnect neighborhoods that were displaced when the highway was built in the early 1970s. The grant comes from the infrastructure law. What do cities gain from that sort of project?
First of all, of course, there's the path toward being able to do the physical work and reconnect together neighborhoods that, in this case, have been divided for more than 50 years. But another thing that you get through this process is a stronger community.
In the meantime, Buttigieg and city officials tell me they're celebrating a $25 million grant to convert 8 one-way streets into two-way streets.
It's about the fact that when you design the streets better, when you have traffic moving at a safer pace, you are also less likely to see the kinds of crashes that are happening way too often on those 8 streets. And you see a lot of job creation and investment.
I also asked Buttigieg about concerns civil rights groups have raised about the locations of EV charging stations. He says the DOT will ensure the states incorporate historically marginalized communities into their EV infrastructure plans. I'm Garrett Bergquist for WishTV. WishTV.com.